with me. I am loved, I am hated, I am cherished, I am cursed. But nothing affects me. Nothing affects either my existence or who I am. I am the thread of life that weaves through infancy to maturity and beyond.
I now speak the voice of the spirit of woman. I am the voice of life depicting the feminine.
I await the new baby. She comes. She is caught with love and placed in the arms of her mother to be comforted from the bewildering birth journey.
I, the spirit of woman, manifest as this infant. I speak with her voice of infancy. Following my birth journey, I find myself tumbling into a life that has been here waiting for me. I have been anticipated and prepared for with joy. Being new and untried, I have no boundaries. I am limitless. I am therefore fearless. Having learned nothing as yet, I have no inhibitions. I know only that anything is possible, that I am, in fact, an unending ocean of possibilities. I discover that the tiny body in which I live is amazingly flexible and can be moved and manipulated in 1,000 ways. Some beneficial, some not so beneficial. As my body grows, I learn to have greater control over it, and it becomes increasingly more useful. Every new thing I learn to do with it is greeted with love and delight, and I am encouraged to keep stretching my unlimited abilities. I am totally joyful in my unbounded discoveries. There's nothing I cannot do as I keep inventing and experimenting, as I keep practicing and perfecting. Life around me is an abundance of amazing things to investigate, to try out, and to delight in. Hurts and upsets are short-lived and quickly forgotten as I tumble into the next joyous adventure. My brother is just like me. He too is fearless and limitless. Nothing is impossible for either of us. I only know that I am, and that I sparkle. He only knows that he is, and that he sparkles. Every moment of life is a moment of wonder and excitement, and we make monumental progress every day.
I am always touched by that early trust and openness of the infant. Being the spirit of life, I get to see it billions of times over, so I know it is short-lived. It is infinitely precious, but it is short-lived. Childhood is always waiting in the wings.
I, the spirit of woman, now speak her voice of childhood. I am still me. I still have moments when I am fearless and I sparkle. But I am learning there are limits. Not limits that come from me, because I know that I am limitless. The limits I am learning come from outside me. They are invisible barriers that hold me in fear. Some, they say, are for my safety. Some are because I am a girl. I am molded by good manners and regulated by rules. As it is all done in the name of love and protection, I work hard to please. I learn what is good and what is bad, and I embrace the one while shunning the other. I learn to do what makes me sweet, pretty, and nice, and to not do what doesn't. My educators work at being kind and loving, and to help keep them that way, I work at winning their approval, so I follow and I obey. In this way, I am comfortable and cared for. But I feel flickers of fear tarnishing my sparkle, and I feel that unlimited part of me pricking and poking at the barriers. My brother is no longer just like me. He has faced his own set of what's good and bad, handsome and not, for a boy. In order to keep the safety of approval, he has developed his own fears and taken on his own limits. We have both learned and accepted the meaning of impossible. We have both managed to dull the sparkle so that the tarnishing doesn't matter. We have both smoothed the prickles and pokes against the imposed barriers so that we no longer feel them. We now fit well into the boxes prepared for us. He in his box, and I in mine. And we are safe.
And so the prepared little boxes line up in rows awaiting the fitting. When each is safely fitted, all is well and happy in the world of childhood. Or is it? It is not easy walking in shoes that are tight in the wrong places, or keeping one's square bits happy in the round holes. Something somewhere has to give. Not too far away in the wings, youth awaits the explosion.
I now speak her voice of youth. The heat of my suppressed sparkle explodes the box into which I allowed myself to be safely packed. I do not like this box. I do not want this box. It is not my box. I did not choose this box. This box is not me. My brother is feeling the same as I am. The bursting of our boxes bang against each other, and the imposed barriers and boundaries touch and tumble, catch and clash, and we throw out the box that has become intolerable, and we give up following, obeying, and pleasing. In both hands, we take our freedom and use that freedom to try out other boxes. It's fun for a while, trying new boxes. I take on varied shapes and colors. I see from an altered perspective. I learn something new about myself. I have an experience I've not had before. I understand something in a different way. I feel a little different about who I am. I think something new and stimulating for a while. But in the end, I discover that they are all still boxes. I discover that a box is a box is a box. Restriction is still restriction, no matter the shape or color. And the heat of my suppressed sparkle explodes each box I try. And I don't like any of the boxes. No box is me. I reject box after box after box. Until eventually I settle for the box called, this is not a box. And I become a desperado fiercely defending my not a box. It is exhausting. It is disheartening. It is energy draining. This defending my not a box against my brother's not a box.
And so, what's next in the story of life? Is this the end? The girl is now grown to womanhood, and her brother to manhood. She gave away her freedom to accept the box of a convention that is safe. She burst out of that box to reclaim her freedom, only to find that freedom is forever lost within the confines of boxes, and that even not boxes are boxes. She feels trapped. This is where I, the voice of life, the thread of life, have to hold my breath. Is she going to stay lost within the confines of boxes and not boxes? Or
I grieve for the loss of the unbounded joy of infancy, for the imposed limits of childhood, for the rebellion of youth that led to further restrictions. I mourn for the loss of my brother, who was just like me. I cannot bear that the thread of life has woven for me this tangle of boxes that tries to confine me, that tries to define me. I give in to the hopelessness, to the helplessness of being forever tangled in this thread and in these boxes. And I accept that this is the way life is. I give up that it matters. I surrender and I give up the battling and I accept the boxes. And a strange thing starts happening. The boxes, they begin dissolving into one another. I find myself stepping from one to another easily. None of them confines me. I am defined by none. Yet, as I begin to dance between the boxes, I find that each one is me, and none is mine. My dance begins to thread the boxes into patterns and non-patterns that I can de-thread and re-thread as I will. As I give up my defenses, I weave my boxes in and out of my brother's boxes. His boxes become mine, and mine become his, until all boxes lose their boundaries and none of the boxes even seem to be there. And all is simply as it is. They just are. I just am. My brother just is. And we merge together with the way of things. We are limitless. We sparkle, we just sparkle. And we speak with the voice of maturity.